Today could have been Emiya, but I figured I'd give Summer Abigail the video that she deserves, because I think the last video I have of her, I'm speaking pretty negatively. I am definitely changing my opinion. This all came from a conversation with a viewer like a couple months ago about like what Summer Abby like actually provides, and I did agree with them. We have so many buffers in the game that we don't have servants dedicated to debuffing, and then when we do, people are more focused on the fact that she is a mid buster farmer than what she actually is doing. So that is a negative with like the emphasis on like coin sky at 3 turning, but like if you have an established account that you would actually be willing to summon for Summer Abigail, like more likely than not, you have at least one other servant that can type neutral farm for you. One other buster servant that can type neutral farm for you. Like if you're doing it with Abby, it's because you're bored. Straight up, it's because you're bored. She's not meant to be buster farming. Her kit doesn't work with the way Boy in the Sky with light. Boy in the Sky wants you to stack buffs, double stack buffs on yourself, not double pop debuffs. Is probably not going to. You would have to do the cooldown reduction, all 6 turns of it on the same turn, which not feasible, not helpful, and makes trying to get to that final wave a lot more painful. So let us focus on Abby as a debuffer, like a heavy debuffer. And I'm sure maybe this will make you not shit talk her so much, or at least like, yeah, you don't want her, but she's not like a literal steaming pile of shit like her single target form is, which I have always felt that, or not always, but I felt if she gets cooldown reduction on her MP, she will actually be functional. But that's for the devs to decide. AoE Abby, Summer Abby, base attack, decent, above the midpoint of 11k 500 by a good 230. HP, also, it's not bad, it's not super high, but this isn't super amazing. It's better than a lot of 5 stars. Like, this is a number 4 stars won't touch, while like the 1300s, that is something 4 stars can touch. Star weight, star gen, good numbers. Archer number for star weight, and then the foreigner moon cancer ish number for star gen. And she has double quick. I don't think she's going to be the best star genner, but she is of foreigner class with more than 2 hits on her quick cards. Like, these should gen not a lot of stars, but a good enough for you. They should generate enough for you. And also, like, she's not the one, like I said, she's not the one that you're really focusing on damage. She's just like there to debuff the living shit out of whoever she's fighting. Like, she is someone you want to come in on the 3rd turn. If you want to do like max damage, 100% you want her to like come in on the 3rd turn right before you like start popping Oberon buffs. Like that should tell you like the kind of damage you want to be doing with Abby. You are not trying to like slowly whittle away their HP. No, you are going for the full on tactical nuke. If you can get Abby and Oberon out on the same turn, your damage is going to be like absolutely explosive. So, first skill. She is the first one to bring sleep to the game. Not Oberon. Oberon just like kind of just spams it though. Similar to a stun, it bypass, like similar to like petrify, bound, like special stuns. This bypasses stun immunity, and it is a full buff strip. So they can't attack for 2 turns, and you take away all their buffs. And then you're also reduced their defense by 50%. But here's the catch: if you hit them, If you hit someone while they're sleeping, they are going to wake up. This is regardless of Abby or Oberon. Both of them have sleep just has this effect. So they're only asleep as long as you don't wake them up. That's kind of the problem with Abby, though. She does big. Why she's not the farmer herself? She does big damage to one enemy, and then like the others aren't gonna take nearly as much damage. Kadroth thinks this is as like an MP, she's a single target with splash damage. That makes sense. That on like with a yoinking of with a defense shred of this high, it really is you're doing single target damage at that point. And again, 50% isn't a small number. And think about your like classic servants that would be running with Oberon. Like, sorry, let me rephrase that. Think about the servants you would be using with bitch Oberon. How many of them are actually putting defense down? Because bitch isn't doing it. Oberon isn't doing it. Merlin doesn't do like defensive debuffs. Like, this is for most servants, defense down is, and we'll see in a second, Buster Res down are completely new buffs. Arjuna Altar would not get as much out of Summer Abigail as, say, another Buster farmer like Morgan, because Arjuna Altar already has Buster Res down, so he's already going to get diminishing returns with Abby if you were to like somehow esports your way into getting like all of them on the same like both the bitches die and then Abby and Oberon come in. That's the real scenario for that. You're not introducing like something brand new. He already does Buster Res down, so Abby will just not make the damage as explosive. It's still gonna be explosive, don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna be as explosive on, say, Morgan or I don't know, Melusin. Yeah, we'll see how much total like debuffs are there in a second. Second skill is Terror. I'm not the biggest fan of this skill, but it does help. I really like it on Doman. I like it on Van Gogh. It really fucks with people, but I usually like it when it's the stun chance is higher. This is 55. Yeah, let's just double check Van Gogh real quick on her stun chance. Where is it? Oh no, it's on her MP. Okay, so it is 5% lower than Van Gogh. That is good terror. If you're like just below Van Gogh, then it's good. It's very good. Van Gogh is the baseline for how you want terror to be functioning. Granted, Van Gogh kind of spams terror, so it gets to the point where even if terror isn't proccing the first time, like two other are on them and or proccing. So yeah, this type of skill is better if you can spam it, but this is still a good base chance at least. And also AoE defense down. So far we have 70% for one enemy and 20 for the other. Third skill is the 50% battery, why people want to use her in Buster farming. Debuff success rate up 30% for 3 turns. This literally fights through magic resist. This is the one you want to pop first. You want to pop skill 3 first, because this is a static buff. This is static. You don't have to level it. You just have to have, you just have to have Abby ascended to the point that she has a skill. Arjuna Altar needs something like this. If he gets a buff, he needs something like this on it. Because like Arjuna Altar, when he doesn't land his debuff on his MP, his damage goes way down. So him getting something like this to help fight off magic resist, very important. But or you could just bring Abby like first turn and then all these debuff land and then you're not worried about it. I say Abby comes in at the end, but that's just because, like, to make sure this is there. But you could realistically just do a turn 1 and then not care about this, but you still have defense down and Buster Res down, like guaranteed to stick. So Original Alter is like good to go. But yeah, 30% Buster Res down. Didn't fully say that, but that's what else is on this battery. This is a good battery. Again, I'm not. It sucks that the battery part is not targetable. I feel if it was targetable, it would be amazing, and it would like solidify that this is a support servant. It would like it would definitely change people's opinion if this battery became targeted, because that's all it needs, and then she really is gonna be a good support. Like, actually, she would actually be like a really, if she became a 50% charger, then you could use her in place of like Reigns or Waver, anyone else that would, if you don't have Oberon, anyone else that we'd use for the last 50% of Buster farming. Say you're using Morgan. Holy shit. Like, you are going to make like all Buster farmers do so much fucking damage. Like, it actually might be comparable to what Oberon does. But obviously you can't do that right now. I think the only servant that you can actually get away with doing that is Artoria, and that's because her refund is so like damn good. So that is the buff I want for Abby. Make this targeted, and then she is going to be like, I don't want to say she'd go to EX, but she'd definitely go up to A tier. Like a debuffer with a targetable 50% battery. Like Scotty dips her fingers in that, but she's not a full-on debuffer. She doesn't have anything to help her debuffs land. Passive skills. We have Existence Outside the Domain. This is for Van Gogh. If you don't have this, even though you're a foreigner, you do not work with Van Gogh. RIP. 2 stars per turn, debuff resistance, insanity for 9% buster performance, and divinity for tickle. Mana loading, I see her as a support, and all supports for me get mana loading. You could get this if you want Abby to be the one doing the damage. She has the stats for it, I just don't think she has the kit for it. Her kit doesn't say she wants to be doing the damage. MP, AoE 3 hits, removes all enemies' defensive buffs, and reduces their defense even more. I like this servant a lot more now that I just see her as a support. Bouncy MP damage up 30% and debuff immunity for 3 times. Good Bond CE or a sub DPS and or a support. Buff strip for defensive buffs so that they cannot stop you from hitting hard for your main damage dealer. But again, you can't use this as a sub DPS if you plan on using this, unless you put, and this is like, I have to explain real quick about the sleep for Oberon. No, I'll save that for this video because it is actually going to be soon. Yeah, Abby, she's better than a lot of people say, but she's not. You will be disappointed if you summon for her and expect her to do buster farming. Literally use any other buster farmer, like anyone. I'm gonna show you right now. This super scope damage, yeah, bad. Aerial drive damage, okay, but then you remember that she is doing this type neutral. She's not gonna get super effective except berserkers. like, this is good damage if you really want her to be the DPS. But again, this is also one enemy that you're doing type neutral, when any other Buster Farmer would be either matching this or slightly below, and then they'd be getting full class advantage. So yeah, season support, keep thinking of it like that, and you won't be as disappointed. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So thank you for watching.